because it was like, not only is it such an a complete unawareness of the liberation, the ability for us to have whoever we like as speakers, but just to think that they could be so concerned about that.
It's a very unsubtle form of censorship, and I have to say for myself that a lot of other people would have said, well, this sponsorship means a lot to us. We're going to have to say, no, Meryl Dorey speaking on this at this event, and you didn't. You actually stay true to what you believe in, and for that I really thank you. That's very special. And it's funny that you should talk about coming from Denmark. I don't know if you've seen the article that's written by a Mr. Haas, H-A-A-S-E. He's a federal member for...
Barry Haas, is it?
That's it. That's his name. And he wrote an article that's actually going to be in the Geraldton newspaper. And the Geraldton newspaper has given me the right of reply, which is wonderful, where he has talked about the people, the hippies in Denmark, not vaccinating and causing outbreaks of disease, and how it's so wrong that Meryl Dorey from the Australian Vaccination Network is here and bilking people for $15 to come and hear her speak, as if $15 was the earth. I mean, it was just amazing. So, I'll show that to you. I live near Byron Bay, and I think Byron Bay has the same sort of reputation as Denmark, as being an area that's more alternative thinking. And so I can definitely relate to what you're talking about, and the divide. We have Ballina, which is 10 minutes away, and it is like another world from Byron Bay. So it is quite different, the way that people think in different areas, those who have been made aware of information and those who haven't.
Well, it's funny because in Denmark there was a film that's been made by a local Denmark girl resident called Bloody Hippies, and it was all about the settling of Denmark by the so-called hippies, from the 70s.
Is it like the Nimbin of Western Australia?
Well, it doesn't have the drug aspects of the Nimbin, sort of became famous for, but it is actually a very strong environmental community, and then an artist community, and it was. But what happened in Denmark was there was this incredible, much more sense of collaboration without creating divisions, and people from all sides were really keen to remain on good terms with each other. So it's become a very harmonious community and very integrated. It's
community is the word.
True community. So it has been a real success in that sense. And a lot of the residents who used to, bloody hippies, now they actually appreciate, now they actually recognise and see, well, now we've got a centre for sustainable living, which is an educational centre for living. All kinds of programs are taught there. And we've got a tip, with everything is recycled. And we've got a Steiner school, and we've got a fantastic arts community which puts on the Denmark markets and, brings festivals there and musicians. And so it's enriched the whole agricultural community. And it's worked. I think it's... and I feel that with, talking about conscious living in the wider community in Perth, it's still very much like a little tiny enclave in the middle of a town that's its income is coming from mining and from real estate, and it's become quite harsh in that sense.
Right, in Perth.
In Perth, yeah. And people are less open. They're much more materialistic than they used to be when I first started. So that's why I felt we had a lot of difficulty getting any coverage on the media. I mean, they weren't interested in what was good.
Yes.
They're only interested in the sensational stories.
They're very resistant to anything that's different.
They're very stuck in the duality of, this is bad, we'll cover it. When we're creating something which is such a source of hope and education and inspiration for the whole community, it's like it's not recognised.
Right.
The media are completely at fault. They don't want, and of course they reported on Choggum, which was the main event, with the Queen coming to Perth. So all the news was taken up by Choggum.
Right.
and other issues that were more sensational.
And this didn't matter?
No.
No.
So we hardly got any media coverage at all.
So were there, I did notice there were no cameras there, but I thought there might have been.
Come down.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's just incredible. A huge event like that in Perth, and there's no coverage. And Chotham was over by Sunday. So you think they would have at least sent someone down then.
Yeah.
And this is the really sad thing. It's like the Occupy movement. The media feels that if they don't cover it, it's not going to happen. But what is happening is this sort of thing, that social media is actually taking the place of the mainstream
That's exactly
media.
right. Because I think the media is so out of touch. They keep saying, oh, people don't want us to see this, but they do. They do. And so you doing this and putting it up on blogs, I mean, it's like we don't have, that's like another aspect of the old paradigm that we don't have to go through anymore.
That's right.
We can create our own networks.
And we're doing it, and it's effective, and it's working. So, and then, like you said, the media isn't aware of this yet. They haven't caught up that they're really, they're yesterday's news, basically.
They're living in the old reality.
That's right.
In actual fact. Yeah. And people are tuning out, and they're tuning into Facebook and network television. And,
that's right. And they want positive news. They want things about what they're living, not what the media wants them to know.
Exactly.
So, it's great. It's really good. Well, is there anything else you'd like to say about this event? Oh, I do want to ask you, how long has the Conscious Living Expo been running? Yeah.
Well, it's been going 23 years.
Which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. That's how long I've been married.
Is that right?
So, it's incredible. There's obviously a need. If there wasn't a need, it wouldn't have been going for so long.
Well, there's a possibility. I mean, we've had, people are really keen for us to do something on the East Coast.
Ah,
yeah.
That would be great.
And for a long time, I've been, wanting to do something but haven't, because we didn't have really the team. But it would be wonderful to do something on the other side of Australia, possibly, in the northern New South Wales, Queensland area.
That would be so good, so much easier for us. Let me know if that happens, and
I think it would
we'd love to be involved.
It would be a good balance between the two, the East and the West Coast.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of people out there who need the information that you're giving out here, and they can't come. Though I did meet some people who'd come from the East Coast for Conscious Living, and they said they'd been coming regularly. So you've got a really strong following, which is wonderful.
And we're looking at doing some conferences as well, which would happen on the East Coast on health issues.
Well, stay involved. Keep me informed.
Let's
love
keep
to
connected.
Be involved in that.
Absolutely, yes.
That would be great.
And I just feel really honoured that that you came. And Pauline, it's really Pauline from Essential Oils Online who said to me, Patricia, she said, you must have Meryl Dorey at the expo. And she, again, it's the community that we're helping each other. We're collaborating now. Right. And so, it's not. You don't have to be a lone campaigner. So we're all connected now, and we can all help each other. That's what I think the shift is about, really.
I'm so glad you've said that. That's really important. One thing that's come out of my time here in Perth is that there are so many parents out there who feel alone with their decision to not vaccinate, with their decision to use organic foods, to homeschool, to send their children to alternative schools. And we are setting up support groups now in Perth for these parents, because they need to get together and know that they're not alone. So one of the very important things you're doing is letting people know that they aren't alone, that they're part of a movement, and that they are what should be happening in the world today. So congratulations, Patricia. I think it's wonderful what you're doing, and I'd love to stay involved in it.
See you next year.
Thank you. See you then.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.